Coach, thanks. We're about 12 miles south of the future home of the Chargers at the current home of the Chargers, and that's Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Denver Broncos and our home team. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
Let's go now. 10-2 soft.
45. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Switch.
Take four. Yo. Take go.
Now the former fourth-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Go.
Now Ballage. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
Yeah, I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at fourth down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it.
Hey, Sam on.
They'll try and run for it. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. Denver has the first down, the play going for 15 yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
On first down, right back to Lindsay. Oh, now Lindsay lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turn. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. He's really putting together a spectacular season. That interception, number 11 now on the year.
And I know we're all taught that 7 is a lucky number. I'd say 11 is for him, huh? No doubt about it.
They'll start on the ground with Ballage. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and just like that, it's third down.
Here we go. Watch the edge. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Leo. Lee Griffin.
They'll try the left side. Griffin. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
15 line. Look at me.
They'll run here with Delage. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Rock it.
Delage.
Check 26, check 26.
They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
That one good for 13 and a Charger first. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They run it with Delage. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down now. It's Griffith. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Now a handoff looking right. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a 2nd time. Stick back to pass. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that is going to be incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
Let's see if they do that. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down.
Hey, high 7. 61, matchbox lights.
Mike 54, Mike 54. You got nothing today. You got nothing. Slam.
Hey, Echo. Echo. Deep grip.
Here we go on 4th down with Locke. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. Now a carry for the former first-round pick of the Chargers. It's Melvin Gordon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They look to throw. It's Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready, break. Hey, Delta.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Clock now to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 28.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen. Hey. Watch the screen. Watch the safety creep. He's hit it.
Now a carry for Lindsey. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Phillip Lindsay with his 16th touchdown of the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The Charger drive about to get going. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. He'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way down to the 41-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play.
60 outlaw. Watch 54. Watch 54. Bam.
SOS.
On second down, this is Jackson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. A give to the brother of J.J. This is Derek Watt. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
Let's go now. 90 Wolf.
54 Mike.
Leo.
Kill.
General West.
Check.
On the book. Go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
A 36-yard attempt.
Badgley able to knock this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On second down, a run with Lindsey. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
6-6, pull it high.
54's Mike. 5.
Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Now they try the right side here, and they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Hey, lock it. Ready.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
It's now 4th and goal.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal.
Tighten up.
5.
45's the mic. Switch.
Hey.
45's the mic. It's coming this way. Shoot.
On 4th down, here's Stick. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And the return won't go anywhere. They'll be back deep in their own territory at the 2-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And he's going to get this up to the 24-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now Locke. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 38 yards. Throwing on first down is Locke. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Pratt. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Check three. Rush in.
Hey, Wahoo.
Alert flare.
They go.
Here's Locke to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. On the delayed handoff, this is Gordon. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, Locke letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Hey, who we got? Check 24.
Throwing his Locke on 3rd down. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work.
And he'll get in. Touchdown. Hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't,
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Wide open receiver complete. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Get that ball. Shoot.
Here's Stick on 1st and 10. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
94 is the mic. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. 94 is the mic. 94 is the mic.
They'll throw on 2nd down as Stick. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
After the turnover, here's Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Good job.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Hey, tighten down.
A final shot before half for Locke. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Now a hit and a loose football. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Kalen Ballage, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. On second down, here's Locke. Gets it to Gordon. Gordon loses the football. It's loose. And picked up by the Chargers. And they'll spot him at the 3-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. Going with a big fullback, Watt. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Derek Watt, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have taken the lead. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. Space to maneuver at the 40. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. To throw it is Locke. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Nwosu in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season.
Hey, Alpha. Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. And he's going to go down again. Nwosu in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22 and a half set in 2001. Here's Locke. Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great.
And look at this. It's a fake. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. On second down, it's Griffith. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. And it appears the offense is going to try this again. They've yet to convert the first 3 times on 4th down, but they're going once more. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Check. Watch 54. Hey, let's get that ball.
On first down, Lindsey. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And He'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask.
Let's go. Let's
Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
What you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go.
Here's a give to Lindsey running right. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback. Hey, Charlie. Mike 54. Ready?
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Royce Freeman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive. Points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Check curls, check curls, check curls. Mike 52.
Watch the out. Watch the out. Mike 50.
Here's Stick, 3rd and long. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10.
Let's go. 30 base. Mike 54. Mike 54. Pilot 64. Read. You mine. Tight dog. Tight dog. Tight dog. Look at me. Zipper. Come. Now.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Mike 54. Mike 54. Exit. Exit. Go.
To throw on 3rd down. Lock. That's complete. It's Gordon. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's go.
I'm not sure this is how they had it drawn out on paper, but this is going to work out for them and then some, right? They've got a big chunk they've got to pick up. They decide to check it down, and he just turns into a pure athlete and makes a huge play for them.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. From 3 yards out, and the Broncos push further out in front.
I think it's easy to say mission accomplished on that drive. The goal was to increase the lead. They did exactly that.
McManus's point after is good, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Go.
Stick looks to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. 1st and 10, Stick. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Throwing again on 2nd down. Stick eluding the pressure right. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range, and guess what? They've got a shot.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 32-yard line. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 32-yard line. Here's Stick looking to throw. And this is complete. It's Allen. Touchdown, L.A. Keenan Allen, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. So now a big play coming up as the Chargers are going to go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
Get wide. Hey, orbit. Mike, 55.
A first carry now for Kofrani Muhammad. And he's going to be met behind the line of scrimmage and taken down. And a penalty flag is going to come out on top of it. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Ready. 30 base. Come to my world. We want it. Come. Hey, high 7. Get it.
Shotgun snap to Lock. Able to get this to Gordon.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
51 to Mike. We got it.
Throwing on second and long. Lock. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The Broncos on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be third and a mile.
3 down, 3 down.
51 to Mike, boys, 51.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Go, Mike 51, Mike 51. And 5.
On third and long, it's Lock. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Joey Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Watch 54. I got him. Hey, Delta.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike.
Hey, watch the ball.
Mike's 5-4. Mike 2.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Justin Simmons. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero, but we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
They'll try to run with Lindsey, and he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Phillip Lindsey with his 3rd touchdown and 18th on the year. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point from McManus is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious? Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running, 3rd down. Stick from the gun. Flush to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. It got his man complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play there for L.A. 63 yards. Stick looking to throw on 1st and 10. And he slings one that's incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
On 2nd and 10, it's Stick. He's got it to Williams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
To throw again on 2nd down. Stick. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are back within a single score. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Right? That's true. You've said that before. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Call it an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
5. Hey, wahoo! Mike, 51.
On 3rd down, Lock. Dancing to his left. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
The Broncos send out their punter now. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Now Stick. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down. He's got a man. Complete. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 77 yards. So a slight improvement in field position, you might say, from inside their own 10 to this as they come up on 1st down. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Take 4. Bravo. Get it.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Hey, exit.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, Mike 52.
He's back to throw.
Push him back.
Hard throw, incomplete. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right
Here we
here.
go. Mike 52. Mike 52.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Twist. New Mike 52. Mike 52. It's our time. It's our time. Check. 52's the Mike.
Hey, Alpha.
52's the Mike.
5.
On fourth down, here's Stick.
Let's bring it.
This is caught. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Kalen Ballage with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Chargers have once again taken the lead.
Hey, Charlie.
Hey, watch that.
Ready?
A shotgun throw for Stick. And this is caught. And it's a 3-point game. So that effort gives them a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
I'm coming.
To throw is Locke. Got Gordon open, completes it. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Go. Look at me. Go. Now.
Locked to throw for it on fourth. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
Down. 30 base.
55, Mike. Get your swerve on.
Hey. Topper. Hey, Orvin.
55, Mike 55. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55.
Hey. High 7.
Back for the offense. Let's go.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat.
You remember me? You remember
Big grip.
From midfield, here's Locke. Gets it to Gordon. 20. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal.
A 31-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
The Charger drive about to get going. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Come on,
The Charger drive about to get going. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny. And the ball is knocked out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on fourth down. The fullback wide. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Let's go.
I don't care what he's listed in the program. Fullback, running back, tailback, it doesn't matter. He ran that play like a fullback, just like the old days when we saw the fullback dive. How about him picking that one up?
Only needed a yard on fourth down. That's what he's there for, right?
Exactly. Line him up, short yardage situation, and say, here it is, big man. Go get it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Come on,
Now a handoff looking right. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas, all day.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, we got three down.
Again, it's Balaj. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert. On 3rd down, it's Stick. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
It's going to be a long day.
They'll run on 1st down. Griffith. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to have a third down.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Stick back to pass. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on fourth down. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14.
Watch 85. Ball's going 85. Watch 85.
Hey, Delta.
Double tight.
Let go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position.
Right here, right here. Shit.
X3, 218, chopper.
55 is my guy, 55.
Get it.
On first down, it's Lindsey, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long.
Rock it. Hey, zoom. 5.
Now what can Locke do with his drive? And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for the Broncos, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, there will be no perfect season here as the win streak to start the year ends at 11. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.